All for you. Situation got me running like I'm losing my mind. All for you. I feel with every little step I take, I'm crossing your line. All for you. I'm all for you, all for you. Yeah, yeah. I'm all for you, all for you.
Hello there guys, and welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, and today we're going to be reviewing a pre-workout by Armoured Body Nutrition, ABN. It's their stimulant pre-workout, and we'll be covering the taste, price, label and effects and working out if it's right for you to pick up as your next pre-workout. And if you like the video and you do find it useful, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel and you like our videos, hit the sub button and tick the bell icon. So we drop about 3 reviews a week, but let's get into this one. And we're into that first segment, taste and mixability, and we've got the pleasure of trying fruit punch flavour. So will it be a basic one, will it be a fancy one? Let's find out together. 15 grams has gone in, given it a stir. Very good mixability actually, very, very good. It looks actually like a Ribena or something, doesn't it, like Vimto. So hopefully it tastes as good as that, but let's see how fruit punch goes down. Yeah, it's really good. Never struggle drinking this. It is quite sour, obviously add more water if it's too sour for you, but it's a very unique fruit punch. It's not a boring run-of-the-mill one. I actually think they've done a really good job. I'd say it's genuinely, genuinely nice, and I'm happy to give that a 9 out of 10. Like, genuinely a good flavour. No horrible undertones to it. Doesn't really even taste like a pre-workout. So yeah, if you like sour flavours, you like your fruit punch, you're in for a winner. Okay, so how much are you going to be paying to pick up this rather budget-looking pre-workout? Well, you head over to their official website, armouredbodynutrition.com, where you'll find this 30-serving tub on there for £23.99. And when you break that down into the serving amount, it's only 79p a go, which is fantastically well priced, because when you put it on our consistent price scale, where we consider a 5 out of 10 to be a typically average price pre-workout, this comes in at a 9.5 out of 10. So it's priced way, way better than your average pre-workout on the market. But of course, we'll have to get into the label and more importantly, the real world effects to see if it's even worth picking up in the first place. So stay tuned. Okay, let's whiz through this label together. So we've got ourselves a 15 gram serving amount, which is probably about average for today's pre-workout. First up, L-citrulline malate at 5.6 grams. So a very weirdly specific dose, but ironically, we don't know the ratio. So is it 1 to 1, 2 to 1? Either way, you should be scraping a reasonable amount of L-citrulline, hopefully enough to actually get things moving in terms of increasing nitric oxide levels in the bloodstream, widening those veins and improving your blood flow, nutrient delivery, and obviously getting you that pump. So yeah, we'll see how it comes together. Then we've got beta-alanine at 3 grams, which is close enough to the 3.2 grams amount we normally look for. It's an amino acid responsible for helping with your endurance when it buffers lactic acid, but of course you have to reach that saturation point first. But why we like it and many others is it gives that itchy, tingly sensation when the pre-workout kicks in. Then we've got taurine at 1 gram, pretty typical dose, jack of all trades amino, helps with your focus, helps with natural energy production in the body, hydration and pump. Then we've got L-arginine, 1 gram, which is a rather dated pump ingredient as today's standards go, but it's a bit better when it's paired with L-citrulline, which is the precursor to L-arginine, but obviously L-citrulline has been proven to be more beneficial, but there should be some synergy there with the two in terms of, again, increasing nitric oxide production and allowing you to get more pumped. Then we've got L-tyrosine at 500 milligrams, which is about half of what we would like to see as a minimum. So it should have some effect, but obviously not optimal, but it should help with your focus and mood, and obviously pair up nicely with the next ingredient, which is caffeine, not anhydrous, just caffeine, 345 milligrams. So roughly 3.5 cups of coffee worth, you know, a couple of energy drinks worth, so definitely no slouch. It's probably around about average for today's pre-workouts caffeine amount. That's that main stimulant in all stim-based pre-workouts. It's obviously going to wake you up, get you moving. It's a nice foundational ingredient that obviously lets the nootropics and other things work on top. Then we wrap off with niacin at 30 milligrams, which is a reasonably high dose, 187% it says here. So that's obviously a vitamin B, and it can sometimes tie in with the beta-alanine in terms of increasing the red flushing, itchy, tingly, uncomfortable type feeling at higher dosages. So we'll have to see if we get it in this one. But yeah, it's definitely a basic formula. It looks a little bit dated here and there. It's missing some key ingredients. Let's just see how it comes together in the real world, because as we all know, labels don't always determine the real world effects. Let's get into it. Okay, let's talk real world effects with ABN's pre-workout in the several times we've used it. Starting off like we always do with that beta-alanine. It's obviously in here at 3 grams, which is around about the dose we look for. And let me tell you, it kicks in hella strong. Honestly, like a 9 out of 10 on the tingle scale. So it definitely gets you itching, motivated to get moving. And we've always said it's more important in these daily driver style pre-workouts, because obviously if they're going to give you less stims, then we want, you know, something else, as much as we can get really in terms of motivation, sense of urgency. So thumbs up right away on the beta-alanine. And obviously it kicks in stronger than you'd expect with it only being 3 grams. It feels more like a 4 to 5 gram dose if I'm honest, but I think it comes through really strong because it's more of a smaller scoop size. There's not too much to get in the way of it in terms of digestion, and obviously it's a good source of the ingredient. So yeah, straight away, like I said, we're off to a good start. Now let's talk about the energy side of things first up. So caffeine, you know, it's in there at about 3.5 cups of coffee worth, couple of energy drinks worth of caffeine. So obviously you're going to feel it. It does, however, come in quite smooth and leave quite smoothly. I'd say you feel it in terms of the energy for about 2 hours, and then it leaves you alone for the rest of the day. So there's no peaks, troughs, crashes, nothing nasty with it. I mean, you guys probably know what you're going to get. You know what to expect when it concerns caffeine. Obviously, caffeine's the only stimulant in it anyway, so straight away as a side note, it's going to be perfect for tested athletes if you're worried about failing drug tests and all the rest of it. There's nothing in it that's going to do any of that for you. So yeah, caffeine is the only thing in there for stimulant. So if you are quite caffeine resistant and you don't feel that caffeine does much for you, then you're probably not going to get too much from this pre-workout in terms of the energy. Obviously, if you are quite caffeine sensitive or you just feel it like a normal person, then it should be sufficient for your average Joe. Moving on to the focus. Obviously, all it's really got in here for focus is the L-tyrosine. You know, you could argue maybe the taurine, and obviously you're going to get some from the caffeine anyway. So it's, to be honest, you don't really notice the nootropics. All of the focus you get feels like it's caffeine related in terms of like that switched on feeling. You've got enough energy, you know, you've got ample energy to get moving and get what you need to get done. So yeah, focus, it's mediocre on focus. I would actually say the energy was slightly better than the focus even. Next up, pump. So let's talk about pump. So obviously all we got again in here, we haven't got mega dosages, have we guys? You've been through the label. L-citrulline malate at 5.6 grams. And that really is in truth, apart from the L-arginine, the only pump ingredient in here. So it's enough to get things moving and at least set you off in the right direction for a good pump. But it's not a massive needle mover. You know, don't expect to be looking like the Michelin man at the end of your session. So pumps, again, similar to the focus and even the energy really, they're all kind of middling type effects. And I guess that's reflected in the price point, isn't it really, guys? So what I'm boiling down to here is it's a average, get the job done, bread and butter pre-workout that should be fine for beginners and it should be fine for intermediates. Obviously anyone above that, advanced users, stim junkies, no. The shining point here, I think, is for people on a budget.
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump. If
your money is tight and you do want a pre-workout, as in one you're actually going to feel and get effects from, I do think it's worth shortlisting. I do think it's priced about right, to be honest. So I don't think they're mugging you off. I don't think that I don't think there's any funny business going on with the price point. And you know what? If you can get a discount code, then it's going to be even better, isn't it? So I would pay 79p a go for this. You know, when it boils down to it, forgetting all the filler and whatnot, what you're getting is your caffeine, which is what you want in a pre-workout anyway, a decent dose. So ticking that box, you're getting your beta tingles, ticking that box, and you're getting a bit of L-citrulline to get your pumps moving in the right direction. So it's got the sort of foundations of a pre-workout that most people would feel and enjoy, shall we say. But obviously people that know your pre-workouts, you know, you expect more, you want more, it's just not going to do it for you. So It just depends what you're after. So in summary, it's ticking all the boxes that you want from a pre-workout in terms of energy, focus and pump, but to very, very average levels. So as I mentioned, if you're on a budget, fine. Pretty much anyone apart from that, there's probably better things out there for you. But yeah, do you know what? In honesty, it came together a bit better in the real world compared to a label. Like, I didn't take it and I wasn't disappointed, but obviously I think that's because I'd seen a label, so I sort of managed my expectations. But I had a good session on it every time. Like, maybe that's all a lot of us need, is a bit of caffeine beta and L-citrulline. You don't always need a laundry list of ingredients to get a gym session done. Like I said, it didn't take away from my session. It got me fired up, it got me switched on, gave me ample energy. I had a good session every time I used it. So I can't really pick it apart in terms of the real world effects. Obviously there's a lot that can be done on that label, but then that would drive the price point up. So swings and roundabouts. I personally think ABN, if I were you guys, I would sort of come to a happy medium. So I would increase some dosages to a certain degree, maybe get rid of some ingredients, add some better ones in, and still keep it reasonably priced, but make it a better pre-workout. So kind of fiddle with things a little bit to come to that middle point. That's what I would go for. Like, if I'm just to give some ideas here and spitball, I would say give us pure L-citrulline at, you know, 5 or 6 grams. That'd be a good start. The beta-alanine's fine, the taurine's fine. Obviously double the L-tyrosine to 1 gram. Caffeine dose is fine. All I'd honestly say is literally add in 1 to 2 more pump ingredients and 1 to 2 more focus ingredients, and then you're on to a winner in terms of, you know, if you can keep that price point reasonable. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad pre-workout when you see the price point. Like I said, it tastes good as well, so that's always a bonus if you are someone that really stresses about the flavours of your pre-workout. So yeah, believe me, the effects section would probably be different if it was more expensive. You know, if it was £2 a go or even £1.50 a go, I'll probably be saying some different things. But yeah, on the price point as it is, it's hard to sniff at really. But yeah, let us know your thoughts down below. What do you think of it? Would you use something as basic as this? What's your favourite pre-workout? You know, what do you want to see us review on the channel? All the usuals, drop it all down below. Helps us with the algorithm. But as always, stay stimmed.